The Arctic Fixer-Upper. Why Trump is obsessed with Greenland. Part 1. The world's biggest real estate listing. Imagine you're a world-class real estate mogul. You've spent decades putting your name on casinos, golf courses, and skyscrapers that look like they were dipped in liquid gold. You've conquered the Manhattan skyline. You've occupied the most famous White House in the world. But then, you're sitting in the Oval Office, you look at a globe, and you see it. A massive, icy triangle sitting right at the top of the world. You think to yourself, you know what's missing from the portfolio? An entire country. And that one looks like it has great potential for a resort. When Donald Trump first floated the idea of the United States buying Greenland in 2019, the global reaction was, well, it was a choice between laughter and a collective forehead slap. The media treated it like a bad Saturday Night Live sketch. Denmark's Prime Minister, Mette Frederiksen, didn't hold back, calling the suggestion absurd and making it very clear that Greenland was not for sale. It was the diplomatic equivalent of trying to buy your neighbor's house while they're still eating dinner in the kitchen. But here's the thing. It is now January 2026, and the man is back. This isn't just a passing whim or a late-night social media post anymore. Trump has redoubled his efforts with the kind of aggressive persistence usually reserved for a tenant who's 3 months behind on rent. He's looking at the world's largest island not just as a piece of land, but as the ultimate fixer-upper. He sees great natural lighting, plenty of storage space, and a slightly damp basement that just happens to be an entire tectonic plate. So why the obsession? Is it just because it looks big on a map? Or is there something hidden beneath those 2 miles of ice that the US is absolutely desperate to control? Buckle up, because the answer involves secret missile bases, minerals that sound like they belong in a sci-fi movie, and a global game of chess where the board is literally melting. Part 2. Location, location, location. In real estate, there is one golden rule: location. And Greenland has the best location in the neighborhood if you're worried about the neighbors breaking in. Greenland is essentially the world's largest unsinkable aircraft carrier. If you look at a map from the top down, the way generals and Bond villains do, you'll see that Greenland sits right in the middle of the Arctic front. For decades, the US has operated Pituffik Space Base, formerly known as Thule. This isn't just some weather station. It's the northernmost US military installation on the planet. It houses advanced radar systems that are the first line of defense against incoming missiles coming over the North Pole. If someone decides to launch a big one, Pituffik is the place that hits the red alert button and gives the Pentagon those precious extra minutes to react. But the strategy goes even deeper. Have you ever heard of the GIUK Gap? It stands for Greenland, Iceland, and the United Kingdom. This stretch of water is the ultimate naval chokepoint. If Russia's Northern Fleet or China's emerging Polar Silk Road Navy wants to get their submarines into the Atlantic Ocean to threaten the US East Coast, they have to pass through this front yard. By owning Greenland, the US wouldn't just be a guest at a Danish base, it would own the no trespassing sign. Trump has been vocal about this in 2026, claiming that the island is surrounded by Russian and Chinese ships. He wants to turn the North Atlantic into an American lake, and Greenland is the plug in the drain. Part 3. The spice of the 21st century. Now, let's talk about the shiny stuff. Underneath that massive ice sheet, which, let's be honest, is melting faster than an ice cream cone in July, is a geological jackpot. We're talking about rare earth elements. Now, these aren't actually rare in the sense that they're hard to find, but they are incredibly difficult to mine and process without destroying the environment. They have names that sound like they were stolen from a periodic table fan fiction: neodymium, dysprosium, and terbium. Why do we care? Because these are the secret sauce of modern civilization. You can't build a Tesla motor without them. You can't make an iPhone vibrate. You can't build a wind turbine, a high-tech medical scanner, or most importantly for the Pentagon, the guidance system for a Tomahawk missile. An F-35 fighter jet alone contains over 800 pounds of these materials. Here's the kicker. Right now, China owns the market. They control about 70% of the mining and a staggering 90% of the processing. In 2025, China started flexing those muscles, restricting exports and making the tech world panic. Trump's solution is classic mogul logic. Why rent the minerals from my rival when I can just buy the mine? Greenland holds some of the largest untapped deposits of these elements in the world. By taking over Greenland, the US would effectively break China's stranglehold on the future of technology. It's not just a real estate deal, it's a hostile takeover of the global supply chain. Part 4. The 56,000-person problem. There is, however, one tiny, teeny-weeny, slightly awkward problem: the 56,000 people who actually live there. Greenland isn't just an empty rock, it's an autonomous territory with its own government, its own culture, and a very strong sense of please leave us alone. The Greenlandic people have been remarkably consistent since 2019. Their slogan is simple: we are open for business, but we are not for sale. In early 2026, the rhetoric has reached a boiling point. Trump's administration has appointed special envoys to the island and has even suggested that if Denmark won't sell, the US might have to reevaluate its defense of Europe or slap massive tariffs on Danish butter and Lego bricks. The Greenlandic Prime Minister, Jens Frederik Nielsen, has called these threats neo-colonialism. Protests have erupted in the capital of GIUK, with locals holding signs that say, "Hands off our ice." Critics point out that trying to buy an autonomous territory from a NATO ally is like trying to buy your neighbor's backyard because they have a nice grill and a better view of the sunset. It's awkward, it's aggressive, and it's making the annual NATO holiday party very, very uncomfortable. Part 5. The climate change irony. There is a massive irony sitting at the heart of this obsession. Donald Trump has famously called climate change a hoax or something that will go back. Yet his desire for Greenland is driven almost entirely by the effects of a warming planet. As the ice sheet retreats, the treasures beneath become easier to reach. New shipping routes like the Northwest Passage are opening up, potentially cutting weeks off the time it takes to sail from Asia to Europe. If you control Greenland, you control the tolls on the new global highway. So in a weird way, the hoax is exactly what's making the property value go up. It's the ultimate real estate play. Buy the land that everyone thinks is worthless, wait for the environment to change, and then sit on a gold mine. It's cynical, it's calculated, and it's exactly how a developer thinks. Conclusion. Deal of the century or diplomatic disaster? So where does this leave us in 2026? On one hand, you have the America First perspective. They argue that in a world where China and Russia are aggressively claiming the Arctic, the US cannot afford to be polite. They see Greenland as a vital national security asset that is being wasted by a small European nation that can't even defend it. To them, this is the Louisiana Purchase or the Alaska folly of our time, a move that looks crazy now but will look like genius in 50 years. On the other hand, you have the rest of the world, which sees this as a dangerous breakdown of international law. They worry that if the US can just buy or pressure its way into taking territory from allies, then the entire post-World War II order is finished. Is this a visionary move to secure American dominance for the next century, or is it just the world's most expensive and dangerous midlife crisis? One thing for sure, the North is getting spicy, and it's not just because of the rising temperatures. What do you think? Should the US keep pushing until they get the sold sign, or should we leave the Greenlanders to enjoy their ice in peace? Are you ready to trade your US passport for a Republic of Greenland one? Let us know in the comments below. And hey, if you enjoyed this deep dive into the world's most icy drama, smash that like button and subscribe. Do it now before the government tries to buy your house and turn it into a rare earth mine. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.